Hi there, fellow travelers. Well, it's been 8 months now that we've been at home. Although we have gotten out a few times recently for some short trips, 2 trips to Abiquiu Lake and 1 trip up to the Jemez Mountains camping in the snow. And so I wanted to fill you in a little bit about those 3 trips, but I also wanted to tell you about what I think is the greatest deal if you live in New Mexico. If you're over 62 and you're a New Mexico resident, you can buy a camping pass that allows you to camp at all the state parks here free of charge. Now, if you want hookups like electric and water, then it costs $4 a night, but it's still a wonderful deal at only $100. We picked up this little brochure here at the local state park office, and it shows where all the parks are, and we started planning a trip. We leave this Saturday. So I'm going to show you a little more about the itinerary of that trip. Then we'll get on to the story about the 3 earlier trips. Sound good? Okay, hang on. This is an app I really like. It's called RV Trip Wizard, and it requires a monthly or an annual subscription. But all the brown dots you see are New Mexico state parks. This is the trip in blue that we're going to be taking. We're going to leave home and drive over to Conchas Lake State Park for 3 nights. From there, we're going over to Ute Lake State Park. Then after that, we're meeting friends up at Clayton Lake State Park. And with them, we're going to travel over, after 3 nights, we're going to travel over to Story Lake State Park for a couple of nights. The whole round trip is only about 650 miles, and we'll be doing it in 10 days. So it should be a lot of fun. So we got our new kayaks just a couple of months ago. They're Wilderness Radar 115s. It takes a lot of muscle to get them up onto our roof, but we finally figured out the secret. Well, I couldn't film while that was going on because it took 2 of us to kind of get it up there, but Alan had a good plan and it seemed to work. Hey, we did it! High fives! Not so bad. Well, that was our biggest worry. Were we going to be able to get those boats up there with just the 2 of us? And we did it. We're on our way up to Abiquiu Lake, our first time away from home in 6 months. And we're about to launch our new kayaks. We hear the lake is super low, so it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. Campgrounds here are still closed, so we're staying at a house at the Abiquiu Inn. Well, we got the kayaks off the roof. We're getting the seats put on. We're at the lake. It has taken some effort here, but we're getting there. We'll be splashing soon. There he goes. He's floating. First impressions, it doesn't track quite as straight as the Pungo. However, it is straight enough, and I was afraid it would be like a real beast in the water to paddle, and it's not bad at all. We're headed down to check out our favorite spot, Highwater Cove. I'm in Highwater Cove, where we've usually launched in the past. See where that red van is up there? That's where we've usually launched. It's right up in there. And this is how low the lake is. I didn't know those rocks were right there under the launch. I knew it dropped off pretty straight there, but absolutely amazing to see. Well, so far the boat seems to handle real well. I hit a wake sideways just to see what it would do, and I felt perfectly stable, so it's all good. But now I think it's time to celebrate and open up my first beer in the new boat, and baptize it a little bit. So here's to the new boat. We even caught a few small fish on our first day out. I think these are walleyes. But of course we let them go. Before long, the clouds started to roll in, and we figured we better make for shore. Well, it's our second day out, and we're a little bit better organized. Last night, the takeout was crazy. It started hailing really hard as we tried to take the boats out, and it just took forever to get them out. And we were wet, soggy. Felt like back of my legs were all getting pummeled with the hail. It was crazy. I'd like to video some of it, but no way. It's nice and green up here. We're heading up the Hunter Road up towards Peternal, and we're going to go do some rock hounding. After 2 days of kayaking, we decided we'd go rock hounding today. So we're at a place that we've found a lot of agate before, and today we're looking mostly for small pieces that can be used for polishing in Alan's new grinder. You see there's a lot of different pieces around here of agate. They're dirty, they're hard to see, but you can pick them out pretty easily. And they polish up beautifully. After getting our fill of rock hounding, we decided to continue driving the 100 road all the way around to Coyote. The back part of the road gets kind of rough and recommend a high clearance vehicle for this back 20 miles or so. On the way back, we stopped at the Vista Point to look at Abiquiu Lake from above, and it's just shocking to see how low the lake is this year. Well, we're finally camping. It's September 1st, and this is our first time out this year. The campground that we normally stay at is not far from here, but it's operated by the Army Corps of Engineers, and it's been closed all season. So here we are, we're camping at the Ghost Ranch, made famous by Georgia O'Keeffe. The Ghost Ranch is now owned and operated by the Presbyterian Church, and they have all kinds of wellness and health and art workshops throughout the year. It's closed right now because of COVID, but they do have the campground open. So it was fun to go in there and camp for a few days. Unfortunately, I don't have any photos of kayaking on the lake because I lost my camera in the lake. Our third trip this month was equally exciting when we woke up to snow on the ground. We're at San Antonio Campground in the Jemez Mountains on the Santa Fe National Forest. Please come back for episode 2 of Getting Out of Dodge when we camp at 4 different New Mexico state parks using our new pass.